What's up, Sabres? Shill Techno here, coming at you with an AV1 jump cuts at beat markers tutorial. So the essence of this is the Schoology discussion, practicing on those sweetening elements, and specifically these jump cuts at beat markers, although I'm going to encourage you to practice on some of the other sweetening elements like slow-mo, loops, cropping, etc. So let's follow the instructions. You need to download some video and audio clips from Google Drive, which is linked here, onto your computer, unzip them, and then import them into iMovie. So the folder looks like this. You can select all, Command A, right click, by the way you should edit with the mouse, and download. When you do that, it's going to take a little bit because these are big, as in it might take 3 to 5 minutes. If you're at school, it won't be so bad. Once they download, they are going to come in as a zip file. It's going to look like this. You have to double click on this zip archive in order to unzip it and open up the folder, and then you can see the individual files. Remember, spacebar to preview. I can arrow key down through these and see what I've got shortly. We've got some Dursting content, and I also threw in a whole solid clip of Stat Club Kick to End It campaign that we did last year during the Super Bowl. So once you have those unzipped, you're going to import them into iMovie. I did that already here, so we're ready to roll. And there was a couple audio files in there as well. Here's all the video files. Now the video files for you probably came in as one long strip of video, and that let me take a look at the movies folder here. I think I've got it in here. Yeah, right here. So I've got all of these as one solid video clip, and you're going to notice that they jump from different clips. You're going to have to bust that up a little bit. You know what, though? Let me do this. I'm just going to drag this in. Might be a little confusing, but I'm going to drop this in my library too so that you can see what it looks like, because right now it's going to be all those clips mashed into one clip. So how would we use that? Well, the first thing we're going to do with jump cuts at beat markers is we're going to choose one of the audio files. This one sounds like it's got potential. Okay, and the other one, our option is, I like this one. Drop the beat. Both good, both good. Let's use this one. We're going to drop that in first, okay? And that comes into our timeline. We can drop or push this down to the beginning if we want. And right now we are compressed, so we can either zoom out here or we can command plus and minus. Know that we have those options, okay? The lead up on this song is quite long. In fact, there's like 8 repetitions here. I don't know if that would be 8 measures technically, but we got these beats which we could jump cut on. That would be cool. And then the music starts. So let's try that. We'll hit these marks right here. We can zoom in a little bit more. We're going to start playing from here, and we're going to get ready with the M key to hit those marks. So spacebar, I've got my finger hovering over the M key, and I'm not really watching so much as listening. I want to hit these marks. Mark, mark, mark. So I had 2 that were off there, and I can go select these, right click and delete them. And this one, I think actually both of these are. And I didn't hit one right here either. So this one was a little off. I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to put 2 more in here. So let's try it again. All right, cool. So I got some marks in there. All I want you to do really is take some clips and make some cuts or change the frames on those markers. So I've got these individual edits. Let's see if I can do it the hard way here and use this giant long clip here. If I just drag the long clip in and go like this, and then I want to splice up a couple segments here. So let's grab this first one here. Command B, I have my playhead in place. I'm going to split it there. And where the clip ends right here, Command B. Got this chunk. I'm going to delete out the first part here. Don't really want that. Okay, and what we're going to run into right away is kind of a limitation of iMovie in that we can't really, this is called primary storyline, and we can't necessarily shift things the way we would want to line them up with this baseline, our audio track that's marked up. So we have to fool iMovie a little bit. This is the way that I know how to do it. I'm going to drop in this black background. When in doubt, I would always put a black background in. And then once I have that in place, I can grab these other clips and lift them out of the primary storyline, put them in as inserts. It's going to limit somewhat what I can do with them, but at the very least, I can line up and hit these beat marks. I want it to go out at the second click there, or actually it would be the third. I want something else to come in place here. So I could go grab another chunk of this. Maybe I'll use this build-up right here, Command B. See how long that lasts, Command B. 1.8 seconds, ooh, might be perfect. Now I could also play around with some slow-mo to get these to hit the marks. I want it to snap to this first one right here, and then I notice that it's a little bit long. And maybe I can slow it down. Oh, let's do real. We'll cut on that. All right, let's add some more of the action in. Somebody kicking from a different angle, maybe. Command B again. Command B. This is kind of a crude way to do it because we don't have content in our library that's one clip, but it's going to work. We'll line this up again. And we're getting the idea. So what's happening here is our playhead is snapping to these markers, and it allows us to drag or edit these ends to fit. And we could also change the duration of this. We could slow this down 50%. And then we could still drag the end of this so we get a slow-mo clip, which is a lot better than just knocking it off the tee here. We don't necessarily see that it goes, well, we kind of see that it goes into the ground. Okay, so we've added multiple elements here, and I'm doing this clip between black thing just as a stylistic effect. We could back these up right next to each other and just jump from one cut to the next as well. Let's see what that looks like. That's working too, right? So I need you to produce about 10 to 15 seconds of this. This is 13. The build up in the beginning, yeah, whatever, we could tighten it up. Let's just drag this down this way and drag this way. See what this looks like. All right, so I'm going to pause the video there. That would be jump cuts at beat markers, along with aligning some clips, just slow-moing a clip and still using those beat markers to align.